Hello and welcome to week 3 in Introduction to Sociology. When we get together this Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to be talking about culture. Pretty much the stuff we study in sociology. When we talk about culture, we're going to talk about its scalability too. Often we refer to culture as like, what's the culture of Japan or what's the culture of the United States or something like that. But there are concentric existences. I'm not even sure if that's a word. Concentric representations of culture. There's a culture in my family, and then there's a culture in my community. I live in Skowhegan. Then there's a culture in Maine, and then maybe a culture in New England, those of us who deal with snow the way we do, and then the United States, and then global, and then there's might be cultures of the groups that I belong to. So there's a culture in my band, and there's a culture at KVCC, there's a culture in our classroom. And we can recognize within each one of those the existence of norms, values, and expectations. Along with the other sets, non-material culture, we're going to look at material culture as well. So norms, values, and expectations will be the focal point of the teaching, and we'll be doing a couple activities recognizing the different levels of that we experience simultaneously that in effect causes us to behave differently when we are in different situations. Just as if we went to another culture, we would want to enculturate ourselves, bring ourselves knowledgeable as to the traditions and expectations and norms in there, so we can act in a way that is congruent with that. So we're going to recognize that even in our own communities, we act in a particular way in adherence to our culture and our family. We act differently when we're our friends. We act differently when we're at our work. We act differently when we are at school. We act differently when we're online, which is going to be an interesting thing we're going to talk about in class, about the online culture and what that means in terms of our behavior when we are acting online. So I look forward to this class on culture, and I will see you this week.